Alright, buckle up because there's a ton to unpack from 49ers mandatory minicamp. And let me tell you right now, things are heating up in a big way. This isn't just smoke and mirrors from local fan circles. We're talking real traction, national attention, and a rookie defensive tackle making waves in a way that should have everyone in the Bay Area and beyond sitting up and paying attention. CJ West is the name you're going to want to remember, but before we get into why this 4th round pick might be one of the biggest steals of the entire draft, let's talk about something that always stirs up debate this time of year. The value or overvalue of OTA performance. Now I get it. Every June we hear whispers from camp. Someone threw a pick. Someone else looked sharp in non-contact drills. Stats from practice start making the rounds online, and the next thing you know, people are arguing over whether a quarterback's interception during a Thursday OTA actually means anything. Kyle Shanahan himself weighed in on this in a really interesting way that got me thinking. He said if a quarterback goes through all these practices without throwing a pick, he's probably not getting better. Let that sink in for a second. That's the head coach saying mistakes in June are a necessary part of growth. And it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? If you're playing it safe in practice just to avoid bad headlines or internet chatter, are you really developing? Shanahan basically laid it out. Players need to take risks during OTAs. They need to test limits, make tight window throws, experiment with new timing, because this is the only time of the year where you can afford to screw it up without consequences on the scoreboard. Take Brock Purdy, for example. Reports came out that he threw a couple of picks during practice and it sent people into a spiral. But Shanahan's perspective reframes the whole thing. It's actually a positive sign. It means Brock is out there pushing his boundaries, working on things that may not be part of his regular season arsenal. One day he's throwing picks, the next day he's flawless. That ebb and flow is how quarterbacks grow. And honestly, it's refreshing to hear a coach say, yeah, throw the ball into traffic in June. I want to see what you can get away with. Even more exciting, reports say Brock had serious zip on his passes this week, like real darts, not his usual floater-style passes. So the question becomes, is he evolving? Is Brock Purdy trying to add a bit more velocity, a little more firepower to his short and intermediate throws? Or are we all just reading too much in the minicamp? You tell me, because I think this stuff, while not everything, definitely matters. And it's not just about quarterbacks or wide receivers running routes and shorts. Watching guys like Bryce Huff explode off the line, or seeing Mike Williams impose his physicality, there's real value in observing how these athletes move, how they react, even in these lower contact environments. We've seen enough clips and reports to know which guys are coasting and which ones are locked in. It's not the same as a Sunday in November, but it isn't meaningless either. Now let's get into the meat of it. CJ West, this guy isn't just another name on the depth chart. National outlets like CBS Sports are highlighting him as a rookie who could make a serious impact this season. And remember, he wasn't a first-round pick. He wasn't even a day 2 guy. He's a 4th round selection. And still, analysts are saying he was one of the most advanced run stuffers in the entire 2025 draft class. That is massive. Think about the value the Niners got there. You're telling me the best run stopper in the class was sitting there in the 4th round? That's not just luck. That's front office brilliance. West is 6'1", 315 pounds, and ran a 4.9540 at the combine. That's not just good for his size. It's elite. The guy moves like someone 50 pounds lighter. What really stands out, though, is how polished he is as a run defender. We're talking about a prospect who consistently disrupted rushing lanes at Indiana and graded out with an incredible 88.1 in run defense from Pro Football Focus last season. That's higher than any other defensive lineman the Niners drafted. And they selected 3. In fact, all 3 of those linemen scored over 82 in run defense last year. That tells you everything about where San Francisco's head was during this draft. Stop the run, fix the interior, build from the trenches, and they needed to. Let's not sugarcoat it. The run defense last year was bad, really bad. 28th in the league. A 54.6 grade from PFF. That's the kind of stat you don't want next to your name if you're a franchise that prides itself on physicality and dominance in the trenches. So what do? They go out and find high motor, run-stuffing specialists who can play immediately. CJ West is at the top of that list. But here's the twist. He's not just a 2-down guy. He's got pass rushing upside too. He's got twitch. He's got heavy hands. He can throw blockers off balance and knife into the backfield. That's rare for someone whose biggest strength is holding the point of attack. And the best part, he's still growing. He's still developing. San Francisco hasn't had a consistent 3-down interior lineman in a long time. Someone who can play the run, rush the passer, and stay on the field all game. CJ West has the potential to be that guy. And this isn't just hype from within the building. When national analysts with no allegiance to the red and gold start calling a 4th-round rookie a potential game changer, that's when you take notice. Let's keep the good vibes rolling because PFF just dropped something else worth talking about. The most optimistic outlook for each NFL team heading into the new season. For the Niners, it's simple. Health and return to full strength. That alone might be the biggest weapon San Francisco has in 2025. Last year was brutal. Injuries to key starters derailed everything. Only 4 offensive starters played all 17 games. Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, both logged fewer than 400 snaps. Trent Williams missed the final stretch. The defensive line was held together with duct tape by the end of the season. So yeah, getting everyone back to full strength is a massive reason for optimism. McCaffrey himself spoke to the media and said he feels great. He approached this offseason as a full reset, mentally, physically, emotionally. He didn't miss a single day of OTAs. Think about that for a second. A veteran of his stature with his injury history could have easily taken it easy. Could have sat out a couple of sessions and nobody would have blinked, but he didn't. He went all in. Treated OTAs like it was training camp. That's McCaffrey. That's who he is. He wants to be sharp, wants to be in rhythm, wants to be dominant from day one. That kind of leadership sets the tone for the whole team. And speaking of tone setting, something really cool happened recently involving Brandon Ayuk. During minicamp, he was seen talking to Frank Gore, Patrick Willis, and Terrell Owens. Let that sink in. 2 franchise legends and a Hall of Fame wideout having a conversation with one of the team's current stars. No one knows exactly what was said, but by all accounts, it looked like a mentoring moment. Terrell Owens, known for being vocal and demanding during his career, giving Ayuk a bit of a talking to. That's powerful. That's what great organizations do. They bring in the past to elevate the present. Now, I don't know if Ayuk is frustrated about his contract or his role, but imagine being in a huddle with guys like that. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. It's all upside. That's a moment you bottle up and carry with you into the season. It's the kind of mentorship that doesn't show up on a stat sheet, but can absolutely change a player's mindset. Switching gears quickly, we got a bit of a kicker battle going on. Yep, you heard that right. Jake Moody versus Greg Joseph. On the surface, not exactly headline material, but hear me out. At minicamp, Greg Joseph went 7 for 7 on his field. Goal attempts, ranging from 27 to 55 yards. That's solid. That's what you want. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he should take Moody's job just because of one clean day, but the fact that the reps are being split evenly tells you the coaching staff wants real competition. They want both guys under pressure. That's how you find out who can handle the moment. Moody has the leg. No one doubts that. The question is, can he handle the heat when the game is on the line? Because we saw what happened last year. Missed kicks in big moments, not because of talent, but maybe because of nerves. That's why this competition matters. Let Joseph push him. Let him earn it. Let him prove he's the guy. And if he doesn't, well, at least the team has a plan B. We're about 43 days out from training camp, and honestly, it doesn't feel that far. So much is already happening. So many stories are developing. The drama from last year is gone. No contract. Sagas! No Super Bowl hangover. Elite attendance at OTAs. Everyone's locked in. Everyone's focused. It feels like the calm before the storm, and if you're a Niners fan, you've got every reason to feel excited right now because this team is deep, it's hungry, and for the first time in a long time, it's healthy, and that's a dangerous combination. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world was rocked today by unconfirmed reports swirling around the San Francisco 49ers star running back Christian McCaffrey. according to whispers coming out of team insiders and rapidly spreading across social media platforms. McCaffrey may be facing a shocking 2-year suspension due to a doping violation. While no official statement has been released by the NFL or the 49ers organization at the time of publication, the speculation is gaining momentum and causing quite a stir among fans and analysts alike. If the rumors prove true, this could deal a massive blow to the 49ers Super Bowl aspirations. McCaffrey, widely considered one of the most dynamic and reliable offensive weapons in the league, has been the heart of San Francisco's backfield. His explosive plays, versatility, and leadership have made him indispensable since joining the team. The mere suggestion of his absence for 2 full seasons has left supporters in disbelief and rival teams raising eyebrows. What exactly triggered the alleged violation remains unclear. Sources close to the matter hint at a banned substance found during a routine test, but details remain under tight wraps. Neither McCaffrey nor his representatives have responded to the growing speculation, adding fuel to the fire and leaving the sports world to fill in the blanks. Could this be a procedural error? Or is there more to the story than meets the eye? History has seen players wrongly accused or entangled in misunderstandings before. Still, a 2-year suspension would suggest a severe breach, far beyond a first-time offense or a minor infraction. As reporters and pundits scramble for clarity, the 49ers' silence is deafening. Internally, one can only imagine the urgent meetings and legal consultations taking place. If the ban is confirmed, the team will have to rethink its offensive scheme dramatically, with questions looming about who can step into such enormous shoes. For now, it remains a rumor, but a heavy one. All eyes are on San Francisco as the NFL community holds its breath, waiting for official confirmation or hopefully a twist in the tale. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about a San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.